Have you ever felt like you're living someone else's life? Following a script you never actually wrote? Imagine waking up one day, not with dread, but with a strange, undeniable clarity. Suddenly, the promotions, the trophies, the chasing, they feel empty. And in that quiet moment, a thought appears. Is this really all there is? But what if I told you that moment isn't a sign you're lost? It's a sign you're finally waking up. You see, society paints a grim picture of turning 40. They call it midlife crisis, as if hitting this milestone is the beginning of a slow, painful decline. Wrinkles, regrets, and missed chances. That's the story we're sold. But what if that story is a lie? What if turning 40 isn't the beginning of the end, but the true beginning of your real life? Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychologists in history, believed exactly that. He argued that life actually begins at 40, not because everything is perfect, but because finally we start living for ourselves. Let me tell you a story. When I was younger, life felt like a race I didn't remember signing up for. Graduate, get the job, climb the ladder, buy the house, tick the boxes. It's thrilling until it's not. Until one day you realize you were chasing goals handed to you by everyone but yourself. Jung called this the first half of life, when our identity is built on shoulds and musts. But something changes as we approach 40. It's subtle at first, a restlessness you can't explain. The things that once thrilled you, the validation, the competition, lose their shine. You begin to wonder, who am I really? This is what Jung described as individuation, the process where you shed the mask you've worn for decades and meet your true self for the first time. Society mistakes this awakening for a crisis, but it's not a crisis. It's a rebirth. Sure, it's uncomfortable. Questioning everything you built can feel terrifying, but it's also liberating because for the first time, you are building something real, your life, not a life designed to impress others. At 40, you stop chasing and start choosing. You choose relationships that nourish you, work that fulfills you, and a life that aligns with your values. You stop asking, what will people think? And start asking, what do I think? Take a moment. Think about Vera Wang. She didn't design her first dress until she was 40. Colonel Sanders didn't start KFC until his 60s. Samuel L. Jackson didn't become a movie star until well into his 40s. They didn't peak early. They bloomed on their own timeline. And so can you. But here's the truth most people don't want to hear. This transformation doesn't happen automatically. It requires courage. It means letting go of the old story, the one that said you had to have it all figured out by 30. It means facing the fear that whispers, maybe it's too late. But here's what's even scarier than change. Waking up 10 years from now and realizing you stayed small because you were too scared to start over. Life at 40 isn't about slowing down. It's about finally speeding toward the life you were meant to live. It's about depth over speed, purpose over approval, authenticity over appearance. At 40, you realize that your time is precious and that wasting it, trying to be someone you're not, is the real tragedy. You recognize that the best years aren't behind you. They're ahead, waiting for you to claim them. And perhaps the most beautiful realization, life isn't just about what you take anymore. It's about what you give, your story, your wisdom, your scars. They become guideposts for others still lost in the race. You're no longer just living for yourself. You're building a legacy, not through fame or fortune, but through impact. Because in the end, it's not the number of years that matters. It's what you do with them. And the best part, you're just getting started. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.